Hey guys, welcome. Hey Bobcat, hey Vosros. Vosros has tea and teak cakes. Teak cakes? Like wooden cakes? That sounds terrible. You probably shouldn't eat that. So, as usual, people are going to have to remind me what the heck we were doing the last time we played RimWorld last week, because I don't remember. I see Penge is building a chair, which is good. We should probably put some floors of sorts down here, right? People like to watch TV with a floor. And did I ever run power over there? Okay, it is powered. People can watch TV if they feel that's a thing they want to do. Is there any good blocks I've got a lot of? Granite. Could make a granite floor. Yeah, sure, why not? Granite floor. Granite tile. Yup. Granite. There we go. So what if we did... Oh, not quite enough in storage. Cancel that. Just cancel all of that, please. Thank you. All right, we'll come back to that. We'll come back to flooring. Flooring is fine. We don't need floors right at this exact second. Well, they'd be nice, but we're not doing that. Okay, oh, we never did bury you. Well, sorry. We're just not probably going to bury you. Building a room for the new colonists. Welding slate furniture. Trying not to die. Yeah, trying not to die is basically every day in RimWorld, but building a room for the new colonist. Okay, yeah, Engie. Looks like we got that done. Engie's got a bedroom. Got a nice end table. She's got a nice bureau here. She's even got a plant. That's good. And Fleeb, what are you off to do? Are you doing more researching? Yeah, you are. Super. Super. Now, I just saw somewhere we got an incendiary launcher. And I'm not 100% sure where we got that from, but I feel I should equip that to somebody. Just, you know, because incendiary launcher. Oh, why did you guys botch this? You botched that, didn't you? Oh, I canceled the chair as well as the floor. Oops. Sorry, guys. What were you making that out of? Plain leather? Okay, we'll set up another one. It's fine. Plain leather armchair. There we go. Oops, sorry. You're going to have to go back and do it twice. Sorry about that, guys. Just put it right there. That's fine. Okay. I've totally not been playing Spellcaster University obsessive-compulsively honest. Yeah, I didn't realize it was more of a roguelike where you just start the game again, but you've got some advantages from the last time you played. I thought legitimately you were going to teleport the entire castle away and sort of start over again somewhere else. And probably where I'm getting tripped up on is there's another game out there that has basically that feature in a sort of similar vein, except totally not Spellcaster University, but basically when you get into trouble, you just teleport your entire home somewhere else, and then, you know, there you are. But I was obviously confusing the two. Where did we put the incendiary launcher? I feel that's something we should be keeping an eye on at all times. And Mech, can you actually just go refuel that generator, please? And we could use some more wood. Let's get that going on here. Let's chop down, I don't know, that many woods, please. You're on University 6 out of 7, your first campaign run. Okay. And Bobcat's playing Neo Cab. I took a quick peek at that, but you're right. It's more visual novel than anything else, which is generally not my cup of tea. In fact, I think I have that flagged on Steam to not even show me games that are tagged as visual novels. Put a light in there. People like to have lights on sometimes. Cyan, what are you doing? You're watching TV. Yay, good. That'll cheer you up no end. But what else? Oh, Penge is making stones. That is good. I'm a little... Oh, I already had all these trees earmarked to be chopped down. That's fine. More wood the better, I guess, in the grand scheme of things. But we probably don't need to chop those ones down. But it's, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. We'll put down some wooden flooring. It'll use all that up. Ah, goodness, we have a lot of rice now. I probably need an even bigger freezer, because that ain't gonna cut it for all of that rice alone. Never mind all the meat we've killed. Speaking of meat we've killed, I want to readdress the do I really need a mega sloth in my life? Or is this something that's just kind of chewing up food in a very real and literal sense? It's a visual novel coming in. It's very interesting. Don't throw a patty over the excess rice. I see what you did there. Yeah, no, I really want to stockpile food for the winter. I like to have tons and tons of meals ready to go, so we don't really need to worry too much about hunting over the winter, and we're going to have so much food. So much food. It's not even summer yet. It'll be the first day of summer tomorrow, and we've got tons of food kicking around. I may have kind of overdone it for the number of colonists that we have. Maybe I don't really have the power for it, though. Let's say maybe I add... Well, actually, I probably do. Now that we've got the steam power over here, I probably could afford to put down... Either build the freezer area out and add another cooler, because I need it. That's not the worst idea in the world. Maybe we'll do that. How far out do these things extend? There and there. Okay, so if I just kept that line, that'll be totally fine. Hey, Bird Brains, welcome! You'll be playing Bomber Crew and maybe Alien Isolation. I may or may not pray for you. I'll do my very best. Hang on, Boss Ross. YouTube doesn't like you again, and I have to approve all your messages. Dave likes to go a little nuts. I see what you did there. Yeah, I think we're going to extend the freezer. I just if only to get all of this food not spoiling. So what have I got? A lot of nothing, really. I actually kind of need to get that stone block thing going sooner rather than later. I have a fair bit of granite. I could probably do this out of granite. Let's see how far I can get with that. So granite walls. What are those, 5 apiece? Yeah, I should be able to do this. Let's build out here, down to here, over to here. And then when you've built that, I'll demo that wall, just so that meat doesn't go off while we're doing all of this. And let's just get let's remember to put the cooler the right way around, because I've done that in the past, and flooded the room with hot air. Let's get that in there. Okay, go nuts, guys. Get all of that done. And you know what? You may as well tag some wooden floors while you're kind of in the neighborhood. Although I'm going to have to put the ones down when you demo that area. Anyway, off you go, kids. Have fun with that. I suspect Dave will build a granite accident. Oh, again, sir. I see what you did there. I see what you did. We're hopefully getting some more No Man's Sky done with Grem Devel and BirdieBot and I over the weekend. We shall see. The hoops and conundrums and speed bumps I have had to cross to get all of my ducks in a row for my new job has been far more extensive than I thought this week. So I have Thursday through Sunday off. I gave notice at my past job, and I don't start my new job until Monday. Thought, oh, great. I'm going to have 4 days off. I can do tons and tons of bulk recording, and I'll get everything ready for next week, so I don't really have to think about the channel much. I can just kind of check in on comments and Discord and whatnot, but not really have to work on editing and recording and that kind of thing. Not so much, really, because of all the freaking hoops I have had to jump through. Like the new updates to Day R Survival. I don't know what Day R Survival is. Is that different than Day Z Survival? Because I kind of know that one, and that game was terrible. Just wish they'd bring back some of the skill book stashes. I don't know what Day R Survival is, though. Yes, indeed, he has a cylinder. I just need to... Oh, there's my incendiary launcher. Oh, good. Does that need ammo? Small incendiary explosives. Because you can make incendiary shells. I'm going to equip someone with this incendiary launcher and just see what happens. Yeah, I know I'm waking you up to do this, Pench, but go get a rocket launcher and see how that works out for us. The cylinder thing just pushed me over the edge, Boss Ross. The background to that thing that happened is, as was stated in the video, we'd been playing solidly for about an hour and 45 minutes, which is not a small amount of time to play No Man's Sky in general, and certainly not when you're doing it with other people and trying to, have some sort of vaguely entertaining commentary with it. So, and I think I was on my 3 hours sleep because I had closed the place the night before. So, I was home at 3 and up at 7 kind of thing. You're taking blocks. You're going to start building things. Excellent. So when he just pops up out of nowhere with, I have a cylinder, which had no relation to really much of anything. I just lost it, man. I just lost it. It just threw me over the edge. I was, without exaggeration, on my floor laughing. I just couldn't take it anymore. It's a mobile post-apocalyptic survival game set in the... Oh, it's mobile. Okay. With a plague that caused a nuclear war. Okay, no, never heard of it. I know DayZ Survival, which was terrible. But I did not know Day R Survival. Are there other alphabet days that we should have survival aspects to? Penge, what are you doing now? Oh, you're going back to bed. So you kind of half-assed built some things, got an incendiary launcher, and now you're going back to bed. And you have that equipped now, right? You're armed with a rocket launcher. I feel this can't end well, but I'm certainly sending you out to hunt some things. There's no question of that. Why, look at all these alpacas that need to get hunted to death with an incendiary launcher. You go ahead and do that. I want to see that happen. Perfect timing. Manhunter pack. Okay. Great. Well, first of all, pause. Jump to the location and then pause. Okay, when you say Manhunter pack, it's in fact a rat. It's a singular rat. Everybody up. Everybody go do things here. NG, did you actually get a weapon? Yeah, I gave you a bow. Okay, that should be fine against one rat. Mostly I just want to see the incendiary launcher in action. Yeah, he is indeed Red Ivan. You're not wrong about that. He's, maybe a little close for the incendiary launcher. And there's more than one rat. We didn't get a chance to see it. NG took care of everything. Okay, well done, NG. Well, good effort there. Good. Oh, wait, there's another one. Hang on. Everybody stop. There's another one. Everybody kill that. Kill that thing. Quickly. Quickly. Everybody kill the rat. It's a single rat. Oh, God, colonist needs treatment. Are you kidding me? We've taken a hit from the rat. Which one? Who needs treatment? NG does. Okay. Well, go to the hospital wing, I guess. Anonapig, welcome. Right now, Bobcat is in Moscow and cannot find an intact AK-47. AK-74. Excuse me. AK-74. Problems I face daily. Don't underestimate the rat. No, clearly I shouldn't have. Clearly the rat was more dangerous. I mean, we took out 2 of them, no problem. And speaking of which, we may as well eat all of them as well. Solar flare, oh, fantastic. Great. Well, TV's off then, Penge. No TV. Sorry. Actually, what you could be doing is getting this wool somewhere other than where it is, because it's going to deteriorate really quickly out there. So put that basically anywhere but where it is right now. NG, I noticed you're not... Oh, you are tagged to go to the hospital after that. Okay, good. Good. Fantastic. Can't really make any guns because we don't have any power right now. Anona guinea pig, indeed. I don't know if Anona pig watched Spellcaster University. Yeah, I think you're kind of ODing on Spellcaster University, Vosros. You may... Solar flare can mess things up. You're not wrong, Martin. But only for a day. Only for a day. And we've got plenty of other things to keep us occupied until then. Like this construction over here. This would be a perfect time for them to get on with that construction so I can extend my freezer out. Because we're going to have a lot of... Well, we have a lot of food. And we're going to have even more a lot of food very, very soon. Like, these are 92% grown. Berries are 78. Rice is 96. Yeah, like, basically tomorrow we're going to be harvesting most of this. Scion, it's awesome you're butchering the rat. I really do appreciate that. Hunter Lex, did you drop your weapon? Where did you drop your weapon? Where did you put it? Where did you put... Oh, there it is. I see it. Okay, well, we'll get that in a sec, NG. You're going to be in the hospital for a little bit. But, oh, you did watch it. Okay, good. Anonapig, thank you. Well, you can really thank Vosros, because Vosros gifted that to me. So you can thank Vosros for the fact that was on the channel at all. And 97% to give guinea pig messenger towers. Yeah, I do like a basically guinea pig-based economy is what they're doing. So all communication is done through guinea pigs. And most everything else is done through guinea pigs. It's largely guinea pig-based is what you're looking for there. NG, are you... Oh, you're already out of the hospital. What actually is wrong with you? You have a bite. Okay, and it's basically causing you no problems at all except slight manipulation issues. So go and equip that rifle, which you probably can't use very well now because you've been bitten on your finger. But hopefully it wasn't your trigger finger. And if everyone else could kind of get on to extending the freezer... Because when we harvest all this food, we need somewhere to put it, and we're already short on space. Who's on cleaning detail around here? Who is Who's geared to do that? Well, I mean, everyone, broadly. But some people more than others. Okay, we probably just have a lot going on. I've got a lot queued. Construction is happening. Excellent. Good. Construction is happening. Phleb's researching. Oh, what are we researching, by the way? Oh, prosthetics. Okay, cool. I don't know that we actually need that, but I just think it's cool if we attach different limbs to other people. What should we go for after that? Devil Strand would not be the worst idea in the world, just because that makes really, really good clothing. But I wouldn't mind better guns. That would be good. Biofuel refining, actually. I'll probably do that, because biofuel generators are pretty easy to keep going, what with the fuel just being a few trees. Pausley, welcome! Welcome, man. Good to see you. Prosthetics could be handy. Ha 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 ha. I see again what you did there, sir. I see what you did there. So, Ballsy, I never ended up getting the beta of Planet Zoo because I just kept thinking about it, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, this beta is only going to be active for, 48 more hours. So I'm like, I think I'm just going to have to wait until it actually comes out for real. So I missed that, but I've got all your tutorials to keep me occupied until that comes out. What is it, like another month? I think next month that comes out. I'm still desperately waiting for Paranoia, but that's been pushed back. Not Paranoia, the sort of mood. I'm paranoid enough as it is. I'm not paranoid. I'm just cautious. It's different. I swear to God, it's different. Anytime this solar... Wait, who else needs a weapon? Penge needs a weapon. What happened to the incendiary launcher? What did you do with the incendiary launcher? I gave you a rocket launcher. What did you do with it? Where did you put it? You have it. Oh, does that not count as a hunting weapon? Yeah, I could see how that could be a little bit of overkill. All right, you're not wrong. I could see how that could be a teensy little bit of overkill to go hunting with a rocket launcher. It's not long now we can fight animals to the death. Oh yeah, there's totally going to be Planet Zoo Thunderdome. 2 animals enter, 1 leaves. It's absolutely going to happen. I fear for what Zoologist Dave will teach us about penguins and the likes. Well, penguin prostitution, we all know that. I hope that's accurately portrayed in Planet Zoo. I hope we will see penguin prostitutes, because that's a very real thing. And Planet Zoo's all about the ecological accuracy here, so I expect to see that in Planet Zoo when it releases for real. How's the construction going? Not bad, actually. Not completely bad at this point. How's the meat doing in here? Okay, I need the solar flare to end kind of quickly, otherwise all of this meat is going to go off. I got 1.7 days for this meat, and that's not a great deal of time. Solar flares are usually only a day. I think that'll be okay, and then however long it's going to take to actually drag the temperature back down to where it was. Cartoony image in your mind of what exactly? Oh, there you go. A penguin. A penguin. Fair enough. Yeah, I was talking to Penge, the Geek Cupboard, about Planet Zoo, and both of us are of the opinion we're both the people who aren't Pawsley. Basically, we're both people who aren't Pawsley. Like, Pawsley can fine-tune Planet Zoo down to, like, probably things the developers didn't even anticipate. Penge and I kind of tap out, where we say... We reach a good enough factor. You know what? This zoo is good enough. It's not 100% perfect, but it's good enough. But Pawsley will go way beyond that into like Adrian Monk realms, where every single detail is exactly perfect, which is to be commended, because then the rest of us can go watch the Pawsley channel and go, oh yeah, that's how you do that thing. Okay, cool. I gave up on that ages ago. I'd throw some passive coolers to keep the meat from going off as quick. I think it's going to be irrelevant, because this should be done very, very quickly, and I think the solar flare will be done before we need that. And frankly, if the meat goes off, how long for the rice is what... The rice is what actually takes the time to get. If the meat goes off, I'll just go get other meat. I'm not super worried about that. Episode of Monk where he neglects the murder because he's playing Planet Zoo. That would totally happen. That would totally happen. I'm surprised they never did something along those lines. I mean, what would have been the Adrian Monk era? I don't know, like Sim City or something, where he's just sitting. The thing is, though, he'd only get like one building. And then he'd never get farther than one building, because the building would have to be exactly perfect. So, that would... I'm surprised they never did an episode like that where he gets into gaming and then just doesn't leave the house because he's just obsessed with SimCity or something like that. All right, Hunter lacks ranged weapon. I guess we've got to get you a slightly better weapon than what we've got. Solar Flare, I think, just said is ending. So perfect. Right, well, this will click back on, and the temperature will start coming down. Let's make sure what I've got that set at. 19. Let's get it a little bit more than that. 15. There we go. So as soon as they finish patching up this wall here, I'll have them deconstruct the rest of this. In fact, I think we can just kind of get started on that now. Why don't we deconstruct this bit like so? We'll make a larger freezer. I will put another cooler in here, probably heading this way because I'm certainly not going to build around here, and then that gives me the option of building down here. Okay, fair enough. That all seems like it's going fairly well, and we're still keeping up on the cooking, right, guys? We're keeping up on the cooking. Plenty of meals for everyone. Good. Stabby, what are you off to go do? You're hauling components. Yay, good for you. That is a valid thing for you to be doing, so we can actually get that cooler done. How much wood do we have now? 107? And not so much on the blocks. Do I have you guys queued up to make more blocks? What is this? This is the... Oh, that's the sculpture bench. That's not the one I want. I want this one. Are we making more blocks? Yes, we are. But let's just bump that up a little bit more. There we go. Wouldn't mind seeing a trader coming through anytime in the near future. That'd be okay. Yeah, we got to get this rice out of here. I mean, it's 39 days until it spoils, but I'd still like to get it into the freezer with all haste. Speaking of freezer's almost done. How did you guys manage to put the medicine in here in a walled-off room? That's what I'm curious about, but whatever. You did it, I guess. Good for you, I think. And, all right. And Scion, what are you doing? Are you putting a meal in there? Oh, hi. Refugee. Right. 3 penitents. Well, we're clearly going to offer safety and then immediately pause the game. Where are you coming from? And what's that up there? That's a dead body. Okay. That's fine. I don't think we caused that. Where do we live? We're over here. Okay. Well, Fletcher, I'm going to draft you. I'm going to tell you to go here. Everyone else, get ready. Except Penge. Penge does have the rocket launcher still, though. Okay. Still with the rocket launcher. Draft all of you go here. Okay, let's get this started here. Because the raid will happen sooner rather than later. I'm going to play City Skylines. I'll go chase the Xenomorph after the stream. Oh yeah, City Skylines would just wreck Adrian Monk. Absolutely wreck him. Wrecks me, actually, and I don't go for 100% perfection. Penge, okay, you have... What do you have on you? What are you carrying? You still have the incendiary launcher. Good. Good. I can see how that would be a little tiny bit of overkill. Stabby, you get ready to stab, but don't necessarily start stabbing right away. And where's our new person? Fletcher. Yeah, I need you to focus on going that way. Oh, Fleeb, get out of the line of sight there. Why don't you move over here? I know you move very, very slow because you're very old and you have a bad back. Just looked at Earthlock. 80% off on Earthlock. Okay. I've had that on my wish list for literally about a year and a half, or whenever it first went out there. Hang on. Tribespeople from the White Bramble Confederacy have decided to kidnap who they can and leave. Oh, and that's Fletcher. Okay, so Fletcher didn't even make it this far. Bye? I guess? I don't really know. I mean, we'll try and chase after you, but you got a real good head start on us. I guess we'll just sort of vaguely move in your direction and hope for the best. Yeah, Fletcher may have been all too briefly known around here. You know what? Just stand there, guys. They're coming to us, so start the shootings. So how about the incendiary launcher? Anyone want to get an incendiary launcher in there? Because, we own one of those. And why is this guy the Joker? I mean, I'm glad he is, but why? He's clearly the Joker. Anyone? Yeah, they're just leaving. And Fletcher's gone from our list. I kind of just want to shoot a few of them just for argument's sake at this point. No, they're gonna totally get away. They're gonna totally get away. All right, well, never mind then, guys. Off you go. I don't think I've ever seen that pop up where they'll just say, we're just going to kidnap this person and leave. I don't know if I've ever come across that. I hope they're not going to expect me to go rescue that person, because that ain't happening. They didn't even get to our base. I don't feel we even met them personally. So yeah, I had Earthlock on my wish list for a million trillion years. I've just never pulled the trigger on it because it was a little pricey. I may have to take another peek at it at 80% off. I just don't know. It seems like one of those games that I'd play for a couple of hours and then vaguely lose interest in. Stabby is very much still alive, Anonapig. You can't stop Stabby. Stabby's right here, and doing just fine, I might add. Stabbed a few things since you've last been here. No surprise there. You may or may not have seen Fleeb. Fleeb's relatively new, and Engie's brand new. I think we picked up Engie last week. I don't remember from what. I genuinely don't. I don't know if it was just colonists need rescue or prisoner. Speaking of which, do I have a prison? I don't. I should probably build a prison. I'm totally going to build a prison. Why are you lacking in power over here? Mildly concerning. I mean, you have access to power. We have a good amount of power. Why do you not have power? I'm going to just build a conduit over here anyway. Who's having a major break risk? Penge, what's your problem? Why are you fussy? Please don't dig up corpses again. That was really bad. Oh, yeah, your lover Leighton died because we couldn't be bothered to rescue Leighton. Sorry. It just wasn't going to happen, really. You have an awful bedroom. Really, it's not that bad. It's really not that bad. It's pretty nice, actually. We should be so lucky. Yeah, Stabby is very much still stabbing. Many things have been stabbed by Stabby. Penn just had many mental breakdowns, and apparently we're going to have another one. I don't know why, but apparently that's a thing. I should make another gun. Actually, it's already queued up. That's fine. We'll get to that when you can get to that, please. I guess the incendiary launcher is completely incompatible with hunting because, you'd blow up the animal that you're hunting. That's fair. That's totally fair. I get that. Let's just zip through the night here and get into a point where people are actually doing something around here rather than just watching everyone sleep. Those potatoes are going to be up basically now. Yeah, the potatoes will be due right away. How about this cooler here? How about we lower the temperature on that just a little bit? There we go. Between the two of them, that should keep that building cold. I don't know why I'm getting no power on this. It's a little odd, frankly. You are clearly powered up. I'm going to just say reconnect. Just reconnect yourself, please, to anything at all. Oh. Slow it down, RimWorld. Slow it down there. Hey. Squig Boss, welcome. Welcome. You are indeed back. Why are you not connecting? What's your problem? You don't need that conduit, even though that conduit's not actually built yet. You don't need that. You can freely connect to anything else. Reconnecting is not doing the trick here. You can actually go away, please. All of this can go away, and all of that can go away. Thank you. And then we'll get some flooring down here. I do need to extend the stockpile area over here, which will be fine. Maybe we'll build some more shelves when we have some more materials, but we don't, so we won't. And Scion, are you just hanging out? Yeah, you're just hanging out. Not as productive as you usually are, Scion. I'm not going to lie about that. And then if everyone could just get to cutting those trees down, start putting down some slightly nicer flooring if people think they might be into that. So you don't have to watch TV in the dirt, which is not ideal. I won't disagree with that. It's not ideal. Penge, what do you have to do? Oh, you're hauling steel. Okay, good. Broadly good. Wish there was other stuff up here, like, I don't know, say components. That would be nice, but no, I don't think we're going to get those. We're definitely going to have to move at some point. Oh, they finished this. Excellent. Give me floors. Thank you, floors. And show me floors. That are those floors. And then this stockpile, let's expand this like that. There we go. Why are you not connecting? What's your deal? Let's see if that changes when we run power directly to it. I don't think it's going to, but are you happier now? Can you reconnect yourself? No. What the heck is going on with that? Watching TV in the dirt reminds me of that one household in the Sims stream. Yeah. I did strange things to the Sims, but that's basically what the Sims is for. I mean, the Sims is for messing with people. That's kind of the whole point of it. Why are you not connecting? And you're not powered either. Don't even sit here and tell me I don't have enough power for all of this. Got a hydro plant here. Yeah, I got excess all day. I have excess coming out of my ears here. Yeah, I think we should be good. And that's just 3,600 on that thing. Never mind everything else we've got kicking around here. Not really sure why we're not connecting here. Check the power one more time. But no, we got power going to this thing. There's no reason this thing isn't powered. What's the temperature in here now? 50. Yeah, this has got to get corrected soon. What's your deal? I don't know. Well, we'll come back to that, and hopefully it's going to resolve itself, because that's going to be a lot of spoiled food if it doesn't. This thing certainly can't keep up with that. Although I will knock it down a few more pegs just to try. What? Reconnect yourself. I don't know. Oh well, I think I'll build a prison instead. Maybe right by the TV room so they can hear the TV going but not enjoy it. Because that's what prison should be. And I also definitely need them to get chopping trees or building stone blocks. I will take either. Angie's on block duty. Good. And Fleeb's almost done with whatever the heck it is we were doing. Oh, prosthetics, right. So if somebody loses a leg, we can do something nicer besides just stapling a log of wood to their arm or leg as we need to. Yeah, all this food. All the food, please. Yep, we did prosthetics. Excellent. What next? What next for this? Sterile materials would not be a bad idea at all. I could kind of see that. But I'd also like to get, well, tree sowing. I'd like the cocoa trees. I'd like Devil Strand. And I'd like blowback operations so we can get even better guns. But no, you know what? Biofuel refining. That's what I'm going to do. Biofuel refining, that's just more power. More power. Prosthetics, let's give our people a leg up. He'll be here all stream, folks. Don't forget to tip your waitress. Any luck on the whole making yourself connected to the electricity thing? Totally not. Current power use low. Yeah, I know. You're not powered. And I'm buggered if I can figure out why. Okay, let's take this in a different direction. What if we ran power all the way around here, and up here, and over here? Would you be happier about that? Maybe. We'll see. And this is not powered either. Is there... Okay, I think I know the problem. They're not power going through here. Through here. Maybe that's it. It's just interrupted here for some reason. Like it went to the cooler and went no farther. We'll find out. But one way or another, somebody get a whole bunch of steel down there, because I really need that to get going very, very soon, because this is going to spoil in 18 hours. And a passive cooler will only, I suppose it will at least get it to be refrigerated, which is better than nothing, but they're still going to have to build it and then fuel it, and etc., etc., etc. There's a psychic soothe. Delightful. And how are we... Is anyone planning to work on the guns that I've asked you to build? Today at all, maybe? Are you going to get steel? Yes, you are. Okay, good. I think I probably only needed to connect it through this cooler. I think that was the problem. Hang on, Bobcat. I've got to approve that for some reason. Probably because it contains the word Bolivians. I don't know. On October 9th, 1967, Che Guevara was executed by Bolivian soldiers. The CIA actually attempted to get the Bolivians to extradite him to the U.S. where he could be interrogated. Che Guevara. Che. Sorry, that's just the start of a part of a Python thing. Coventry City last won the FA Cup in what year? Scion, you are coming down to... Oh, you're going over here. Good. Because this is the one that I feel is in question. I don't know why, though. It clearly says it is connected. Why are you going all the way over there? You silly person. Why are you going all the way over there to do that? And now you're out of power. Oh, no, wait. We turned you off. You're fine. I just turned you off because it's the middle of summer. We don't really need a heater on. So that's okay. That part's okay. You can stay doing that. So you've done that. And still, no chance at all of you being powered up. No. Okay. Fair enough. Don't quite know what the problem is there. But it is indeed a problem. This is not a problem. I should just build another one and figure that one out later. It's not the stupidest idea I've ever had, actually. Okay, you did a thing over here. Does that help? No, not even a little bit. Okay, let's try reconnecting again. There's no... Okay, there's a break there, but there's basically no interruption to power here. There's no reason this shouldn't be powered up. This may be the heart of the stream, is... What's up with the power here? Oh, did you just figure yourself out? You did. You finally figured it out. Okay, good. So go down in temperature. Oh, maybe not quite that much. That's fine. You can actually go up a little bit from there. That should help with the temperature in there. Now it's coming down. Actually, it's going up. But now it's coming down, more or less. Good, good, good. Excellent. Are you all... You're fresh, you're refrigerated. Soon you'll be frozen. Even better. Okay. That was weird, but there it is. No sign of anybody cutting any trees down in the near future. Plenty of medicine, though. We do have a lot of medicine going on. All right, well, what other nonsense could we get into around here? People need to be cleaning this place aggressively. People need to be aggressively cleaning the compound here. I think I will work on... I don't have enough materials. I want to work on more construction, but I really don't have the materials for it. I've got some granite. And not a heck of a lot else kicking around here. So we either... I don't know. Let's just blaze through the night and we'll figure it out when everyone wakes up in the morning here. Especially you, Fleeb. You need to get back to research. I'd like to get biofuel refining sooner rather than later. What? Oh god, it's another mad rat. It's Mad Rat. What's the problem with the rats in this neighborhood? Okay, everybody up. Everybody up. Everybody up. Everybody up. Because if we don't deal with it now, we're just going to have to deal with it later. So everybody up and get to shooting or stabbing, whatever you're feeling. Aggressive janitoring indeed, Vosseros. I need people to be aggressively cleaning the place because it's a pit. Where'd the hell rat go? Anywhere? Anywhere at all? Oh, we've already found it. Never mind. Oh yeah, the incendiary launcher works just fine. Yeah, the incendiary launcher is perfect. Not so good for hunting, and it is setting things on fire. So maybe we don't use that near the house. Just gonna say maybe not right near the house, because then we have to put out the fires. But it works. It's totally okay. Works just fine. Doesn't need to be loaded with ammo. I always wondered about that. I've never made one in any of my sort of private games. So good, I can get an incendiary launcher, doesn't specifically need ammo, will set fire to everything. I mean, it does actually say incendiary, so the hint was in the title there. But good to know it does set fire to things, including mad rats. How is the temp in the freezer? Much better. There we go, 10 degrees. All of this is nicely frozen now, and we can stockpile all the other stuff in here too. So all this stuff that we're harvesting, wow, I really need a bunch of dogs that can do hauling. Because it's going to take them forever to get all this in. In fact, I really shouldn't queue up any more construction because they have a ton of food to get in here. Wow. Well, no shortage of food. You know what, you may as well bump up how many meals we're making. Go ahead and make, I don't know, 50 at any one point. Just have 50 on hand. That's more than enough to... Well, actually, it's not more than enough to get through the winter. Because there's 6 of us now. So, but it's a good start. I prefer my rat nuked, actually. Yeah, with an incendiary device. Napalm Rat, which sounds like a fantastic death metal band. I'd like my rat to be coated in napalm and delicately singed with fire. on the table, if you could, please. I like that to be done table side, if at all possible. I like a little bit of flair to this. Penge, I notice you're watching the clouds. I also notice you're not hauling all of this rice. Let's get some rice in here. Let's get rice in the building, please. And I could help with that by putting a door here. Okay, I said we weren't going to do any construction. Now we're going to do some construction. I can probably get away with doing this out of granite. So do a door. No, take the corridor down there. Do just a wooden door. Will be fine. And then one down here. That will help people get in and out from these fields a little bit faster, I feel. Dave Murdoch, part of the new A-Team. Yeah, pretty much. You know, I'm surprised they never rebooted that series. I knew they did the movie, obviously, which was, in all things said and done, not the worst action movie in the world. Well, I was surprised they never rebooted that series. That seems primed for a reboot, a gritty reboot at that. No more of this firing 10,000 rounds at the enemy and not hitting anything. No. This new A-Team will be all about murder. Hot and fresh murder. No more missing, no more somehow nobody gets injured kind of thing. No. New A-Team, all about death and destruction. It's due for a gritty reboot. Speaking of which, is anyone watching Titans on DC Online? Because that looks really good, and we don't have that, and I'd like to know if it's any good before we commit to actually, paying money for it. Stabby, right on the construction. Good job, Stabby. And we've already deconstructed that first, which is mildly fussy, because now the freezer is not so much a freezer as it is outside, and therefore less of a freezer. But we'll have that all rectified very, very soon. Engie's bringing in the rat, which is good. Mech is harvesting more stuff, except he botched it. So we could also kill this rabbit while we're here. There's no real reason not to kill a rabbit. Waiting for the Watchmen TV series coming in. There's a Watchmen TV series? Are they doing, like, the entire story of the Watchmen? Like, not taking out... Now, bear in mind, I love the Watchmen movie. I thought that was very, very well done. But what they did is they obviously just took the core story and ignored everything else, which is what they had to do. Otherwise, it would be a 12-hour movie. Cargo pods, lovely. Milk, even lovelier. But we're going to need to get that in, like, really quickly, guys. Super quickly. And so somebody really needs to prioritize that. Let's get you two to haul the milk, please. Haul the milk over there. So I would assume with a Watchmen TV series, they're going to do the entire story, including all the numerous subplots. Because it can't be an ongoing series, because there is a definitive point where the Watchmen ends. It's kind of the whole point of the story, actually. I saw Sky Atlantic advert on October 20th, all giddy, very, very dark. Yeah, I figured it would be. I mean, between Titans and of course I'm assuming that Watchmen would be on DC Online because it's, DC. Between Titans and Doom Patrol, which are both inherently rather dark, then Watchmen would be even darker. But they're putting DC always does good TV. They're not great at movies, but they do great TV. Kind of the opposite of Marvel, in fact, although Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is not terrible. We do enjoy our Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Cyan, what are you doing? You're playing horseshoes. Okay. Oh, we finished this bit, though. All right, so the inside is now the inside, and the temperature will start dropping down. I'm kind of, now that we got the bigger freezer, I have a thought of going on a little bit of a hunting spree, but we don't really need it. That's the thing. Okay, we're getting the milk hauled in. That's exactly what I wanted, because I'm going to tell you, if there's one thing I think is going to spoil very, very quickly on a Jugust day, it's milk. What with it being, what's the temperature? 87 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, I can't imagine it's good to leave milk outside in 87 degrees Fahrenheit for 10 minutes, never mind 10 hours or 10 days. And this is almost done, providing us with a nice little airlock. Well done, guys. Well done, team. And slap a roof on it, call it done. Doesn't Doctor Who watch The Watchmen? I don't know, you lost me now. Now you're conflicting. Now I have conflicting universes. Oh dear, it's gone all Crisis on Infinite Earths, or DC versus Marvel, whichever. Stabby, you're up watching TV. Is that really the best use of your time? Are there other things that you could be doing? I mean, your recreation is pretty high. So, should we be watching TV, or maybe should we be contributing to the colony? Doctor Who can't travel the multiverse as he once did. Or she, as the case may be. Do we now have to refer to Doctor Who as a sort of gender-neutral term? Should we just say Doctor, which is gender-neutral in and of itself? I don't know. I'm not up on the latest Doctor Who stuff. Why does this rice look weird? What's going on here? It's sort of in a block. I don't know. Right. Yes, I know you don't have a ranged weapon. If somebody wanted to get over to the machining table, like, this current year, then we could address that. Right now, you've got an incendiary launcher, which I think beats ranged weapon. And it sets fire to things. Kind of New Age lore established with David Tennant's Doctor. Okay. Yeah. Oh, who watches The Watchmen? I see what you did there. Doctor non-binary person. There you go. There's the answer right there. Doctor gender neutral of no specific pronoun doctor. There we go. That works just fine. Who watches The Watch? See, Bobcat, you've got to roll like Vosseros. You have to announce your puns, because sometimes I don't get them. Sometimes and more to the point, there's no inflection, so I can't I can't judge inflection, but you got to roll like Vosseros did. Vosseros just will show you the way on how you do a pun here. Not a fan of the gender shift stuff with the Time Lords. Regeneration was always a thing. Seems a new, odd thing to me. I don't care, basically. I have no opinion on what gender Doctor Who is. In the same way that I have no opinion on what gender and or ethnic background James Bond is, which is another thing people are freaking out about. Oh boy, Idris Elba being James Bond, that's just not right. Why not? That would be freaking awesome. Are you kidding me? I will go buy a ticket for that right now to see Idris Elba as James Bond. Oh, hang on, somebody's sick. Oh dear. Oh, wow, somebody's really sick. Okay, somebody needs to go grab Fleeb, like, quickly. And just from food poisoning, that knocked you out that badly? Well, you are frail and you have a bad back. And you ain't moving, that's true. Okay, somebody go grab Fleeb and throw Fleeb in the hospital, please. So, no, I never generally care when they shift something from what is ostensibly canon to something more modern. And I won't even say politically correct or anything like that, just something more modern, something more that's reflective of the world that we live in. Because, you know, white male James Bond was very much a thing of the 60s. And, you know, today we have a little more broader worldview. You're more of a continuity fan with stuff. Yeah, see, I don't care as much. I used to. And then I realized I just stopped caring. Because if someone wants to be and let me be very honest, I'm far more concerned. If you're going to talk about what am I more concerned with, I'm more concerned with who James Bond is over who Doctor Who is. Because I watch James Bond movies, and I haven't really checked in on Doctor Who in a very, very long time. It's not that I have anything against Doctor Who. It's just there's a lot of it, and I'm sort of stuck in the old Tom Baker era Doctor Who, and the new Doctor Who is absolutely wonderful, but I kind of tapped out of the Doctor Who world. So my concern is going to be who's James Bond. And frankly, if you want to have a amazing kick-ass female actor play James Bond, then bring it on. I would particularly love it if you had Idris Elba play James Bond, because I think that's about the most badass, amazing thing I've ever heard of. And I don't care what James Bond looks like, or what his gender is, or her gender is, or what the gender of James Bond is. So I used to care, Boss Russ, and I just stopped caring. I just really stopped caring. Like, the disco stuff in Star Trek is just not like the new Star Wars movies. I'm just pretending they don't exist. That's unfortunate, because I fully embrace the new Star Wars movies. Force Awakens was exactly the movie I needed it to be, and that's coming from someone who stood in line as a child to see A New Hope, to see Star Wars the very first time when it very first came out in the theaters. I'm not the world's biggest Star Wars fan, but I'm a pretty damn big Star Wars fan. I mean, I'm not in Port Haven Jess's realm of Star Wars fandom, but I'm a darn big Star Wars fan, and Force Awakens was fantastic. Loved it. Loved it. Moment it opened till the moment it closed, it was exactly the movie I wanted it to be. So I get some things don't work out, but I'm not opposed to change if it's just good. At the end of the day, I just want it to be good. Change for the sake of change is dumb. Changing something just to be politically correct is dumb. But changing something and it's good is fine. I have no problem with that. Yeah, different stuff for different folks. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I love them. Other people don't. Believe me, the very last thing in the world I'm going to do is get into a Star Wars debate. Because, boy, that'll get you killed. Either way, either fence, either side of the fence, you can get annihilated for liking or disliking the new Star Wars stuff. I like them. I think they're good movies. I had a lot bigger problem with George Lucas's god-awful second trilogy than I did with the new ones. They're not without fault. They're not perfect, but they're darn good, and they broaden the series for me. I think they're a welcome addition to the franchise. I think much more could be said about what Lucas did in going back to his movies and trying to, put more stuff in there and more stuff. I just, some things are fine just as is, Lucas. You can just leave that alone. Thank you very much. But, as I say, different folks, different strokes, all that kind of stuff. Oh, there's a perfectly good weapon we could be using. Except that's Phlebes, right? Phlebe dropped that. Phlebe, you are in the hospital, right? We did take you to the hospital. Okay, good. Yeah, you're fine. You have vomited, but that's broadly okay. Who's our doctor around here? Who are we using for doctor and stuff? Penge is not terrible. You're pretty terrible. Oh, Stabby's very good. So Stabby, you seem to have already tended to Phlebe. Excellent. Love the heck out of Star Wars Kenobi novel. Yeah, I've got a lot of time to sit down and read novels. I don't. I generally read when I'm on vacation. That's usually my prime reading time. So, no, I haven't read that. I have heard it's very good, though. Yeah, it's Dr. Stabby. Well, we talked about this earlier. Bobcat brought this up, that surgery is just controlled stabbing. Surgery is just stabbing with 8 years of medical school behind it. It's just knife work, really. Any decent murderer or chef can become a surgeon. It's just controlled different stabbing. Speaking of stabby, I notice you're asleep and not contributing. That's less good. Scion, you're continuing to cook. What? Something's beeping at me. Psychic Soothe is ending. That's fine. That's fine. It can go ahead and end. Is he more of a chief surgeon? I would be a little more concerned about a doctor with the name Stabby. I've seen stranger doctor names. I've seen far stranger doctor names. Frankly, if your name is Dr. Stabby and you're treating me, I'm basically okay with that. We'll probably have a few jokes about it, but you know what? So long as you get the job done. But really, what is surgery? It's just stabbing with a medical degree behind it. What else are you doing? You're just cutting people open. You're no different from someone on Criminal Minds, except we decided that you're okay. I'd be more concerned if liver and bacon casserole appears on the menu. Speaking of which, I wonder if we should do a little more hunting. Now, we've got, 2 more seasons before we're even close to winter, and we're digging up so much food. So much food. And there's even more here. We haven't even collected half of this. I kind of want to let them chill out a little bit. Although, Stabby, we do need to get these generators refueled here. Yeah, why don't you take a break from sewing, Mech, and Scion, and get these things refueled. I just don't want to start dropping power now. I don't think we will. Not with the hydro generator digging lava from the ground thing. Yeah, see, Anonopig's got it. There's a Dr. Slaughter. Now, that sounds like he should be a Marvel villain. That sounds like somebody who should be fighting Iron Man. But, yeah, Dr. Slaughter. And this is the guy you're getting. Stabby is quite lighthearted compared to Slaughter. I think I'd be much happier with Dr. Stabby than Dr. Slaughter. At least I know Stabby's got a sense of humor about the thing. Penge, you're back to research. Good. You're reasonably good at that, aren't you? Actually, you're very good at that. You're a strong expert. Good for you. Excellent. Good job. What else are people doing? Oh, good. More stone blocks. Excellent. We need those. We need to do... I do want to get going on the prison idea, but I also... We've got to get some of this food contained here. And we kind of need to re-sow the hay grass. Speaking of which, okay, here's a relatively simple thing that we could be doing. Let's get... Because this works out for me pretty well when I do this in my own little plays. It's just more hay. Because it provides them food while it's growing, and then when it's harvested, it can just sit in their little stockpile. It doesn't last forever. I'll lose some over the winter, but it's not the worst idea. And I also noticed there's some wool we should be getting inside. Engie, what are you up to? You're eating. Scion, you're cooking. Stabby, harvesting. Mech, harvesting. We do need all that wood. Penge, just take a break from consuming food and staying alive and go get that wool out of there. Yeah, Mech's already on the case with sowing the hay grass area. And in fact, I think I'm going to, well, first of all, check that I've got this set up correctly. Hay and kibble, excellent. Let's expand that just a little bit. Because when that hay does come in, it's going to be a lot of it. Oh, no, cancel that. Yeah, there we go, cancel that. Okay, good. Good. What next? Yes, get the wool out of there, or at least most of it. And who else needs things to be occupying their time? That is Fleeb's bow. I don't want to necessarily give that to Penge. I really like someone to be working over here. Like, at all. What is the actual thing for that? Is that crafting? Crafting is refinery, drugs, blocks, and smelt items. Is it not that? Is it smithing? Make weapons. Okay, yeah, make things at machining table. All right, who's reasonably decent at that? Actually, Penge is reasonably good at that. Mech is not completely 100% terrible. And actually, Scion's not bad either. Oh, wait a minute. Engie's really good at that. Okay, bump. Yeah, absolutely. 11 out of 20. Good job. Go make some guns, for God's sakes, here. Let's get some work done around here, people. All right, you're all working really hard, but let's get other different work done here that involves things that I want to have happen. And Scion, you, like, what's your deal? What are you doing right now? You're cooking? You're cooking? Okay, probably keep doing that. That's fine. Freezer is nice and cold, right? Yeah, totally frozen. Excellent. Penge, are you relaxing socially? Yeah, stop doing that and get these chunks out of here. I'm sick of looking at them. And then Scion, you're gonna clean some stuff. Yeah, clean some blood. That seems like a really valuable thing to be doing where we're storing all our food. Oh, that'll keep you going for a while. There's plenty of blood in there to clean. Tons of blood in there to clean. Engie, I notice you're playing horseshoes and not really contributing to the colony. So why don't you... Oh, that's your blood. Yeah, go clean up your own blood, please. Don't leave that lying around. You know, looking at recent Steam games, I'm amazed Civilian hasn't got her hands on the Executioner. I've looked at the Executioner, too. Yeah. Well, Civilian's super busy. That's the thing, Boss Ross. Civilian's, like doing grown-up real-life stuff that's, like, kind of really important. I mean, especially to her. But, you know, very important in the grand scheme. And really time-consuming and intensive and stressful. So Civilian should be forgiven for... I mean, I'm shocked she's getting content out at all. I admire her for getting content out at all. Her fans eagerly await every one. But I'm not surprised she's not, like, picking up new games. She's probably... If I know Civilian, and I don't really... known her for a couple of years, but she's probably just working with what she's got. I don't think she's got a heck of a lot of time in her life right now to be picking up new things. I don't think her focus is certainly not on YouTube. It's not there. She's not paying attention to it. But anyway, long story short, she's got a lot of real life stuff that's fairly stressful and really intensive and not to be taken lightly. Being a grown-up and all, unlike the rest of us. Although I will say the hurdles that I have had to jump through, the paperwork, the nonsense, the speed bumps that I have had to endure to get to my next job are really quite extraordinary. I've never had this much stuff be thrown at me merely to show up and do some work around the place. But there it is, crossing speed bumps one by one. The Executioner does look very good, though. I kind of had half a thought about that one myself, but then I kind of... It had a lot of visual novel elements that I'm like, And understand, there's, I think at this point, like 250 some odd games on my wish list. That doesn't necessarily mean I would pull the trigger on all of them. A lot of them, in fact, many of them, are there just to kind of keep an eye on them and remind myself that they exist. So every so often I just go through and go, oh yeah, that game. Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Huh. I'll continue to keep my eye on that. But Executioner is still on there. I still keep peeking at that occasionally. A lot of times I'll leave something on my wish list just to wait for reviews to get updated and see what more people are saying about it before I pull the trigger. What are you guys doing? You're playing chess. That's basically okay. What is our next major priority here? We have accumulated quite a few granite blocks. Quite a few. I could put a floor down, or I could start to build a prison. And I like the idea of starting to build a prison. I think that's a fair and just thing to do. Really waiting on Mr. Prepper. Yeah, I am definitely waiting on Mr. Prepper. I know that keeps getting pushed and pushed and pushed. So I'm looking forward to it as much as anyone. I'm also really looking forward to Paranoia. I was really sad when that got pushed out, but it's only allegedly pushed out into next month, so it's only a couple of weeks or so that. But yeah, I'd like to see Paranoia. I'm going to go travel into the future, but I'd like to see what Encased comes to be when it actually gets into a full release kind of status, because that's really good just as a scrap. I can imagine what they'll do with that as time goes on. Naked and Afraid as a game. Keep my wish list whittled down whenever possible in a tidy affair. Yeah, I'm the exact opposite, Boss Ross. You've seen my wish list. This is not news to you. You've seen my wish list. You know it's a hot mess. Many things are on there just to keep an eye on them. Although, that being said, yesterday I did chip a few things off of there. I did make some choices of like, you know what? I've had this thing on my wish list for a year. I'm just not going to ever get this. So I'm going to take this off. So there were a few subtractions, but there were probably equally as many additions to the wish list yesterday. So it usually hovers between 200 and 250 at any given point in time. And then there's stuff that I'm waiting for it to go on sale. Because, I always get those emails like, hey, something just went on sale. So I'm always looking for those things. That's why I keep a lot of those things on there. That's why I keep any sort of AAA stuff that's on there. It's because I'm waiting for it to go on sale. Because I don't want to pay full price for that nonsense. But yeah, Mr. Prepper would be lovely. I also really want Paranoia. I'd like to see some sort of update on when Xenonauts 2 might be happening, because their dates just bear no relation to reality. I think I talked to the developer early this year, and when their release date was like, yeah, this is going to be released next month. And I'm like, oh, cool. And he's like, oh, God, no, we're nowhere near that. I don't know where you're getting that idea from. Like, getting that idea from your Steam page, dude. But yeah, that's clearly a very, very long way off. And then, of course, at some point in the fullness of time, there will be Baldur's Gate 3, and everyone will be happy, because it's going to be done by Larian, and that makes everybody happy, especially me. Sale of Spellcaster U really sold me. May have just been 10% off, but yeah, no, it's a solid game. It's a solid game. It's fun, it's lighthearted, it's quick to play, which is nice. I didn't feel like I was taking tons of my time to play that. I don't really have any complaints about it. I think it's a perfectly good game. I can't pinpoint one thing where I say, gee, I really wish they'd have done this in that game. I don't really have that. I think it works just fine as it is. I think if I was going to, if I'm in charge of the world, the only thing I would add is maybe more variety in cards. Because I did pull the same cards many, 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 many times. Like, I've seen that one. I've seen that one. Just more variety. That's all. Like any good card game, really. You just want to see some different stuff pop up. But really, I have no complaints about it. And everyone's off to bed in RimWorld, and we haven't really gotten a lot of this food in, guys. How are those berries going to do? We still got 13 days. A month on the potatoes. Really? Potatoes can sit outside for a month without spoiling? That doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem right to me. And what were too odd with your glorious school coat of arms choice? I don't know what that sentence means. I mean, if you're asking why did I make that choice, I don't know. I was just flipping through colors and said, yeah, sure, that works. I know when Penge does any game that has a coat of arms or a school mascot or a school motto or anything, he takes fully 50% of the video. A Geek Covered video is generally 45 to 50 minutes. Fully 20 to 25 minutes of that is going to be him messing around or faffing about, as the case may be, with the coat of arms. I'm not so much with that. There's Click, click, click. Yeah, close enough. That'll do. I'm never going to think about it again. So, yeah, it's totally fine. What are we... Heavily moddable RPG on the Triple-esque League stream, but failed to write it down. Okay, I don't know what it is either. Looks like the best elements from Morrowind and Skyrim. That does sound good. That's it. The story behind Wasserdolmen is the best ever. Thank you. Thank you. Did you notice in the last episode, finally, one commenter finally told me what a dolmen is, which was really, I genuinely didn't know. That wasn't some like shtick for comedy or entertainment. I had no idea what a dolmen is. I kind of figured it was something like a Stonehenge kind of thing, but I had no idea. So that was Wasserdolmen. And then somebody finally told me, and it is sort of a Neolithic structure, and there's a whole definition of exactly what constitutes a dolmen. But one commenter was very nice to say, here's what a dolmen is, Chief, because you're clearly kind of stupid, or you just don't know how Google works, or you're just too lazy to do Google. Cargo pods, my favorite pods ever. Oh, good, they have more potatoes. Are we still trying to tame that turkey? I set that up like 3 weeks ago. We haven't worked on that at all? I know there's only 6 of you, but I think we can get some other stuff done around here. Yeah, and I've still got these alpacas tamed, too. All right, what's my wildlife here? Yeah, the turkey is still tagged to be tamed. Actually, there's a male turkey out there, too. Let's see if I can get a couple of turkeys. You haven't worked on it yet. I don't know why you would. What's that little thing? Oh, it's a predator. Okay. I don't know why, because you haven't worked on anything else at this point, but hey, if you want to go tame those 2 turkeys. Isles of Adalar. Yeah, I haven't heard of that one. The Shrugging Bird emblem. Yeah, that was specifically for what's a dolmen, because I'm like, I don't know what a dolmen is either, and clearly this bird doesn't. So, I mean, the coat of arms thing is good, but there is a very, very real limit as to how much I will, as TGC would say, faff about with it. I cannot take up half a video designing a coat of arms. I don't, honestly, my viewers aren't sticking around for that. His viewers will. His viewers will absolutely sit there and watch him design a coat of arms. Mine are, I think, a little more interested in get to the freaking game, please. When kids arrive and put on the sorting shoe, they get told they're in Wasserdolmen. Well, the whole goal of House Wasserdolmen is to try and figure out what a dolmen is. That's the ultimate goal there. House Skinny Piggycorn, they've got their stuff sorted. They know what their issue is. Their issue is tending to the guinea pig unicorns that live in the stable. But House Wasserdolmen has a quest. Their quest is to find out what a dolmen is, and then tell me is really it. There's not much to add to that than that. It has multiplayer support. Isles of Adalar. Don't know it. Haven't heard of that one. There's a lot of stuff I haven't heard of. Every time I go through Steam, like, really? I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that game. So, long story short, the quest to bulk record during these few days has gone horribly wrong. It hasn't gone wrong. It's just that I've had numerous speed bumps and roadblocks thrown in my way. Every time, like, okay, now I've got a solid few hours to sit down and bulk record, and then I've got to go do something. And then something else happens. And one little doctor's visit this morning that should have literally taken 5 minutes. And I mean that in a very real sense. That's not it should be a 5-minute visit to walk in. Nurse says, yup, here's your piece of paper for your job, and walk out. Turned into a half day of going to our local hospital, having a chest x-ray, all of this nonsense, all of which is totally fine, but that just chewed up my day. Yeah, real life sucks, Vosros. It really does. So the long and the short of that is I'm doing my very level best to make sure that there is stuff up for Monday through Friday of next week, which are the dates I'm concerned with, because those are the dates I will be in a training program where I'm just simply not going to be anywhere near my computer, nor have any real inclination to be recording videos, because my time's going to be super busy. After that, my time may be a little more flexible. As I've said before, I have absolutely 100% no control over my schedule initially. Mech, why don't we, instead of planting new stuff, which is great, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, how about we all focused a little tiny bit, on hauling the things in that already exist. So let's just take a moment to haul a bunch of stuff in. How about we just haul a bunch of stuff in? Speaking of which, who's on hauling? Okay, everybody's at 3 on that. I'm gonna just bump everyone down to 2 on that. Except maybe Fleeb, and the only reason I say this, Fleeb is so slow, it's not really worth it. Good news for those who follow in my wake in Spellcaster University, my guide is 99% complete on Steam. Dang. Yeah, put the link in the Discord. Absolutely, Bobcat. Absolutely, you know where to put that. 3 unknown futures are just taunting me. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I didn't really understand that you just start the game over in a roguelike fashion, and then you've gained something from your previous playthrough of it. I have obviously other stuff I want to put up on the channel, so I don't know if I'll come back to that immediately. I could see coming back to it in the future if there's like a major update or something, or more guinea pigs. Basically, more guinea pigs is what I'd look for there. Who does not have a ranged weapon? Is that Fleeb? Oh, it's Penge again. Okay, I really do like you having the incendiary launcher, though. But we do need some hunting. Okay, go get rid of the incendiary launcher. Fleeb, you have a weapon, yes? Is that correct? No, not even close. Actually, are you any good at shooting? Yeah, you're wicked good at shooting. Okay, Fleeb, we need to get you a weapon. Are you not tagged for hunting? Is that your problem? Fleeb. Yeah, you're actually not tagged for hunting. Why are we not tagging you for hunting? Yeah, now you don't have a ranged weapon. Okay, well, we'll try and make you one. I mean, we are making... Oh, we're actually working on it. Oh, hang on. Somebody's actually gotten started on this thing. Fantastic. You are... Oh, and you should be done with that soon. Great, we'll have a new rifle. Cool. And how do we ever do for wood? We chopped down some trees. I saw people doing that. Did we get any real amount of wood? Wait, do we have... Are you telling me we have no wood? That's not a real thing, game. I know we've chopped down a bunch of trees. They're probably just waiting out here to be hauled. Because we haven't hauled anything. We're not good at hauling yet. We did get a bunch of... Wow, we got a lot of milk. We didn't leave the rest of that milk over here, did we? Like a bunch of idiots? No. Left a bunch of blood over here. Not so much milk. Let's... What do I want to do next? I do really... Okay, the rifle's done. Good. Penge, are you better or worse than Fleeb at shooting? Because Fleeb's very, very slow. You are better. Okay, so you take the rifle. And then we'll give Fleeb the bow. Because we won't really rely on Fleeb for hunting. But we will at least give Fleeb a weapon to do such things with. Just thought about something weird in Oblivion, which I have never played. So if it's something weird in Oblivion that I need to be made aware of, I don't know, make me aware of it, I guess. Is how that would work. Fleeb, yes, hobble your way over there. Maybe I should give Fleeb the rocket launcher. Because that would require minimal effort on his part. Just sort of point in the vague direction and hope for the best. Stabby, while you're up there, would you mind cleaning up all this vomit? Thank you. Because nobody likes that. Nobody likes that at all. Bread and cheese, a healing potion rather than a cheese sandwich. That is odd. Bread and cheese is clearly a cheese sandwich. Or, I don't know, cheesy bread. I mean, if you put the cheese in the bread. Now I'm hungry again. If you put the cheese in the bread and sort of... Yeah, I guess you could... Yeah, no, it's a cheese sandwich. There's no real way of getting around it. One way or another, you've got cheese contained within bread. And therefore a cheese sandwich. So that is less potion-y than you might actually expect it to be. At least Skyrim sorted out the cooking stuff, even more if you made your own house with the DLC and tacked on a kitchen. I only got so far with the building your own house thing. I mean, it was fun. It was very, very fun. But I only got so far with it. And I'm like, and again, I sort of like, yeah, okay, I've done that. Which is basically the way I play most games. Angie, you're working on stone blocks. Good. Fleeb, you're researching. Remind me what we're researching again. Biofuel refining. Excellent. Have some more power up around here sooner rather than later. Does anybody need me to chop off their limb and replace it with a prosthetic? Because I would be more than happy to do that. Penge, anytime you wanted to finish the pump action shotgun, That'd be cool. I'd be okay with that. Then you could have a pump-action shotgun, and Fleeb could have the rifle. Even better. I was too busy hurling my Oblivion character off a cliff to increase my acrobatics. Fair enough. Biofuel refining is done. Thank you. Take me to the research screen. Ooh, what now? I guess drug production would not be the worst thing in the world, because that'll lead to a lot of other stuff down the road, specifically medicine production. I could just start microelectronics now. Now, let's get sterile materials. We'll get a nicer hospital going on. And now I think I want to map out the prison. Did Skyrim have a main quest line? Yeah, well, I mean, ostensibly yes, but I never focused on it. I'm not sure I ever got through the first 2 or 3 stages of the main quest line. I just kind of wandered off and did things, and it seemed to work out just fine. Go to the lethal burial site and check stuff out and get a thing for us. Yeah, that's a hard no. Yeah, I think I did that one. I'm pretty sure I did that one. Never made it to the end of the Skyrim questline. Yeah, and from what I've heard, neither have I, Anonymous. Neither have I. I just wandered off and played Skyrim. I didn't really care about the quest. I could care less about the Jarl's problem with the dragons and the whatnot. But yeah, as I understand it, it's the least interesting part of Skyrim. I think most people who have gone through, 100% completions on Skyrim have universally agreed that the main quest line is the least interesting thing in Skyrim. It's just, don't bother if you don't have to. I mean, I guess unless you want the end credits to roll, if you're that kind of thing. But let's get some prisons sorted out here. Got a fair bit of granite, right? Yeah, fair bit of granite. So if I wanted to keep that... no, hang on. Cancel that. I want... What do I want? How do I want this to go here? Not really sure, truth be told. How about we did... Okay, we'll do it like this. We'll do a prison here. Minor break risk. Don't care as much as you think I might. And then just a regular... You're saying not enough stored. I don't really believe that game. I mean, I know it's not stored, but I think it is out there in the world. But fine, just do a granite door then, please. That'll be okay. Get one of those in there. And then I'll figure the rest out later when you've got that under control. I was more the houseborn. I spent most of my time hunting and making a house. Nonapig needs to replay it. It's been almost a decade. Yeah, I check into it every now and then. See, Martin's got the general opinion there, which is completed the main quest and was like, that's it. Yeah, this is what I've heard, is people who go through the main quest line will say it's the least interesting thing in Skyrim. There's way more interesting things going on than that. Not marry Maul the Lioness this time. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Oh, we've completed making any stone blocks. Well, you know what that means, kids. We need to make some more stone blocks. You know what? I say that maybe not right at this exact second. We really need somebody a little better on cleaning duty. Kind of don't have the colonists to spare for that. Got a lot going on here. Freezer is still frozen, right? Yep, freezer super frozen. No problems with that. Excellent. So that'll hold eventually all of our food. We have so much food. At this point, it'll almost be winter and it'll just be frozen outside anyway. Wound up with a kid but no wife. Character was curiously fertile. Sounds like a problem there. Yeah, you should not do that. How'd you get a kid but no wife? Well, you can adopt them, right? You can just kids will just sort of magically become attached to you, which is terrible. It's a really bad thing to happen. But Stabby, what are you up to? You're resting. Is everyone going to bed? Is Mech going to bed? Mech's going to bed. Everyone else is going to bed. Okay, blaze through this. Because what I'd really like is to get the prison under construction. For no real reason than having a prison in case somebody comes by and we feel like injuring them, capturing them, prisoning them, and Mike Tysoning them into loving us. Because that's how RimWorld works. You also adopted a dog and you like the dog. Yeah, there's nothing not to like about the dog. It's just that children will magically become attached to you, and that's just terrible. Thank God that doesn't happen in real life. Penge is up and already on construction. Angie is on construction. Good. I would like to see people chopping the trees that I told them to chop. Do we still have stuff pegged? Yeah, you guys have just not gotten to that yet. I know there's a lot of other stuff on your plate, but if you could get to this, I tell you, I surely would appreciate that. So, whoa, where are you going? Where are you going? You're just... Oh, you're mining. Okay, yeah, that's been queued up forever. We've had that queued up for like a million years, Mech. But good job. We get lucky. There might be some components in here. I do generally kind of like to bisect things, so let's get some mining set up. Let's just, for argument's sake, see if any components live in here. Just do a few cross sections. Sometimes something will pop up and go down there. There. All right. Get that done at your convenience. Also chop down trees. Have you considered kind of Dark Elf Emperor Palpatine run? Ooh, that would be good. That'd be fun. I'd be into that. I say I should check into Skyrim. I got way too much going on. The No Man's Sky alone is just taking too much time out of my life. I've started running sort of a used spaceship dealership, and it's very complicated, but there it is. This is No Man's Sky. You turn around and you're doing something completely different. Always ended up with that vampire chick hanging out at my house. Hey, there are worse ways to spend a Tuesday, man. I think that's basically okay. Oh, Engie, you're finally bringing in the food. Oh, good. Well done, Engie. Yes, you're hauling. Oh, you're hauling so many things. Thank you, Engie. Good job hauling. If you could get literally everything else that's lying around outside, that'd be great. When Penge is hauling. Everyone's taking a break from doing anything and actually hauling food in here. We have so much food now. So very, very much food. And it's only summer. We'll probably get another harvest. Barring a cold snap, we'll get another harvest out of this. Penge! Welcome! Welcome. We were just talking about you, in the sense that I was talking about your character who's finally decided to haul some things around here. Yeah, I expanded... Well, I didn't expand the kitchen. I expanded the freezer. So... The reason being is that we're having a rather bountiful harvest, and I had nowhere to put any of it. It would just sit outside and spoil. So I preemptively expanded the freezer, and it's already starting to get somewhat full. So I'll put in a second cooler, because one cooler would not be enough to keep up with this larger space. And I'm still bringing stuff in. I have so very much food. So very much food. We will have no problem getting through the winter at this rate. This is totally fine. What else did we do? Oh, God, there's even more rice coming in. I may have actually grown too much food. I know that doesn't seem to right, but I'm growing too much food. We put a little hay area here, another little hay area here over for the animals, for no particular reason other than it just sort of keeps them fed. The TV's up and running, so you can go in the TV room, and watch TV. You're watching TV in the dirt because we don't really have a whole lot of extra materials to be building floors. And we're starting to map out a prison now. This is what we're working on right now. In fact, I'm going to kind of keep working on that. And so what have I got a lot of? Basically just granite. Granite's about the only thing. How much is a regular bed? 45. Okay, so I could make one out of sandstone. Let's do that. Make one sandstone bed. And one, I don't know, I guess granite bed. It's very luxurious for what is going to be a prison. Any other... Okay, get out of that and that. Oh, I've got a good bit of slate. Okay, let's throw up a slate bed as well. Where did you go? There you are. Yeah, throw up one of those guys. And some of the essentials. So, light, which you're saying you don't have enough steel stored. You totally have it. It's up on the top of the map. Go get it at your convenience. And then I'll figure out furniture when I've got some more materials, basically, because I don't have anything to speak of. I want to see Penge craft a huge letter R, just so he can haul his R's. Now, I see what you did there. I have a cylinder. You know what, Vosros? It took me a long time to find that exact specific record scratch sound effect. I've weirdly, I've been looking for that sound a lot longer than you may think. There's tons of, like, if you Google up record scratch sound effects, there's tons of them. That exact part of it and that exact scratch I've been looking for. So very pleased to use that wherever I can. I love that sound, and nobody deserves it more than Graham DeVell. Graham DeVell needed a record scratch in his life. You might have to make a TV room in your RimWorld series. Speaking of which, and I know I was not the only person to comment on this, did you ever put a TV in your hospital? Because they love that. In fact, you know what? Now that I just said that out loud, I'm going to totally do that. They love being in the hospital with a TV because they can, well, actually, just like a real hospital, they'll watch TV in bed. So I'm just going to put it right here, and it will perfectly cover all 3 beds. I'm trying to remember from your last couple of, because your RimWorld I watch religiously. I always, second your new RimWorld crops up, I always watch that. I commented on it, and I think some other people did too, about putting a TV in your hospital, and I'm reasonably confident you haven't done that. But considering the number of injuries you've been facing recently, it's a pretty good idea. Illnesses especially. I think you've been going through a rash of illnesses lately. Did you know with Bobcat, only 3 men have actually died in space? The crew of Soyuz 11 suffered a cabin depressurization while preparing for re-entry. It was on my list last time, and then you didn't put the TV in. It's on the list. Okay, good. It's a good list. I like your... All right, Bird Brains, thank you. Good night, Bird Brains. I like the idea of just keeping a little pad of paper there and going through everybody's comments one by one. Yeah, RimWorld people love to watch TV in the hospital, which, again, just like perfectly like a real-world hospital, you'd be really bored, and it would be handy to have a TV there. If you want to watch TV over here, you have to do it in the mud, but I'm going to work on that at some point eventually, totally promise. Maybe. And we've got 1 bed sort of cooking along here. All right, blaze through the night, RimWorld folk. I'd really love you to focus on cutting some of these trees down, but I don't want to mess with your priorities because you've just started figuring out that you enjoy hauling things. Wonder what plays on RimWorld TV. Happy Days. It actually says it's something like old TV shows or something along those lines. Old transmitter running. So yeah, it's probably Happy Days. And if it's cathode ray tube, you're probably only getting 1 or 2 channels. Back in the old days when you actually get up out of your chair and change the channel. Exotic goods trader. Ooh. I like the sound of you. Who's our best at being chatty? Who's the chattiest of us all here? Definitely not Penge. Sorry, Penge. Oh, yeah, it's Mech. It's Mech all day. Go trade with those people. They have exotic goods, and I'm very interested in that. I don't see a lot of exotic things here. I see Muffalo and Boom Rats. Totally not exotic, but we can see what else they might have kicking around. I don't have a lot to sell. I really don't have a lot to sell. I should have tried to focus on making some more statues, but we just had too much else going on. This is still kind of early days in the colony. So what do you got, guys? What do you got? Okay, you have components that I kind of need. You have plasteel. Now here's the thing. I don't need plasteel right now, but holy moly am I going to need it later. Oh, wow, I'm really going to need that later, and the chances of me coming across another trader. Okay, more importantly, what if I got to sell? You know what? Mega Sloth is out of here. I was going to slaughter it for food, but it's 400 silver. I'm selling the Mega Sloth. Don't need it. Only got 1 of them. No real need, because I'm not making more than 1 at that rate. Oh, they have their own sculptures for sale. A Doomsday Rocket Launcher. Single use. Fires a massive explosive projectile. Large groups of soft targets. Starts fires. Nobody's surprised by that. I would love to get... Oh, I'd love those advanced components, too. Again, totally don't need them now. They're selling a lung. Hang on. They've got a lung for sale. Stabby should greet them if their prices are too high. Indeed. Just remember the Martian and his limited TV choices and that disco music. Let me ask my friend Stabby here. Let Stabby do the negotiating. They have a lung for sale, and it's not that pricey. It's a competitively priced lung. I'm kind of interested in the bionic stomach. Because that sounds like an awesome hardcore metal band. I would totally go and see Bionic Stomach live. But I just kind of want to own a Bionic Stomach. It's a little pricey for Bionic Stomach, though. I'm really interested in the plasteel. That's really what I want, because, again, I don't need that now. But I'm totally 100% going to need that later. I don't really need 121 of them, though, and I don't have a whole lot of money to spend. Let's back this off to something more sensible. I know for a fact, in the future, I will need 50 of these, or I cannot really progress any farther than the colony is right now, so let's back that off to that. Okay, that's a little more reasonable. 117 silver to them. I'm still interested in the Bionic Stomach and the lung, but what else you got? I want the components. I really need those advanced components, but no, probably don't buy those. Probably don't. Don't buy a chinchilla. That's a complete waste of 172 silver. Maybe I just buy this and call it a day. And I've gotten rid of the mega sloth that's really just eating food that I don't want to feed it. Yeah, do that. That's it. We're just going to buy that plasteel. I am totally going to need 50 plasteel down the road, and I will not have it. I've been doing that in my own play that I do kind of in my own time, and I've been waiting for like 2 game years for any trader that has plasteel, because I cannot progress my colony any further without it. Pro tip for you there, Penge. Start accumulating plasteel now. And advanced components, P.S. Bionic Stomach sounds like a diner in the Fallout universe. It totally does, actually, now that you say that. Lung for Sale is conjuring a certain part of the Death Troopers Star Wars novel. Fair enough. Get that. But yeah, it's, and I say pro tip like I'm some sort of pro. I'm totally not. But start accumulating plasteel and advanced components, because you're going to need it. Actually, where your colony is at, you're going to need that very, very soon. Very soon you're going to need that. So, and if you don't have it, there will be things you just will not be able to do. So, get on that one. Start hunting down traders and getting some plasteel and advanced components. John, welcome. Welcome. We're giving vague pro tips to Penge, which are not pro tips because I'm not a pro. I'm not a pro RimWorld player at all. Go to Grem Devel for that kind of information. But, the plasteel just crippled my colony. Didn't cripple it. I just couldn't do anything until I got it. It was just, my colony was in limbo. Got about 6 bits of it. You're going to need 50. I will tell you exactly what you need. You need 50, because that whole microelectronics bench that you need to attach to the good research bench is 50 plasteel, and that just stalled my colony. I couldn't get my tech level any higher because I couldn't construct that bench. So you're going to need 50, and you sorted the advanced components, got a few of those. Get more. Hello, John Carter. How's Mars? I'm going to go ahead and guess that may not be the first time that John Carter has heard that. Any John Carter, for that matter. All right. Good. We're continuing to haul the food in. NG, you're doing what? You're going for a walk. Is that the most valuable use of your time? Are there other things you could be doing for the colony? Although, that being said, we have hauled a lot of the food that we've left outside. We've done nothing in here. We haven't hauled any of this. Penge, what are you off to do? You're taking a short bow to the stockpile. Why? Why did you do that? Did you just drop a weapon for no... I don't know why you did that. And where's Fleeb these days? Oh, he of the food poisoning. You're back on research. You got a short bow, but we actually have a rifle now. We have a shotgun. You can have that. I'm going to give an old crippled guy a shotgun and see what happens. Oh, that'll be fun. Yeah, no, other Penge. I don't know how we're going to conquer this while you're in chat and yet in the game at the same time. Maybe Penge 1 and Penge 2, or Real Penge and RimWorld Penge, but I don't know. You're just going to have to hope for the best. Just listen for your name, and maybe 50% of the time I'm actually talking to you personally, and actually the other 50% I'm talking to this sort of vague Weeble-shaped person with a red bowler hat. You have a red bowler hat. I don't know if you knew that. You've made yourself a red bowler hat out of Devil's Strand, I might add. It's a really, really good bowler hat. It's a rock and roll bowler hat, and it's red. So you got that going on. Looks like you need to do some cleaning. Yeah, I keep putting that off and putting that off because we had so many other tasks. But just for a little bit. You know what, Fleeb? The base is still relatively small. You don't move very far. Or very fast, rather. Why don't you just be on super cleaning? And I'll back you off of research a little bit. Just go around and clean the place. And then I'll adjust that later. The cleaning is getting a little bit out of control, but it's still a pretty new colony. We had so many other things to do. All my beds are done. Congratulations, you're all now for prisoners. Super. That's where the prison will be. Now I just need materials to I need materials. There's number one thing I need is materials. So, where's my stone bench? There it is. Let's get tons of these queued up. Excuse me 1 second. Much better. So do that, I don't know, 20 times, and then get back to me when you're done with that. I'm sure it'll all be fine. Alright, 22 times. Even better. Make any stone blocks. How are we've queued up a bunch of trees to get chopped down, and we haven't really done anything with that, have we, guys? Really not addressed that in any way, shape, or form. Penge, are you off to go do that? RimWorld Penge, not Real World Penge. You can continue making tea. No, you're doing stone blocks. Okay, that's as valuable. That is equally valuable. That's good. People should wipe their feet before coming in. Savages, indeed. Colony looks a little more successful than my previous one. Oh, I guarantee you, John, nothing could be worse than the first colony. Nothing could. And please understand, I did that. I never played RimWorld. I never even looked at RimWorld. I'd never even experimented with RimWorld. I went through the tutorial, which is really not the most informative tutorial. It gives you some very brief basics, and that's about it, which is exactly what RimWorld should be. It should just be like, here's some basic mechanics, now go crash land on a planet and see what happens. So yeah, even basic things like not knowing how to rescue an injured colonist was holding me back. I look at that now, I'm like, wow, I totally know how I could have solved all of those problems. Every one of those problems could have been solved if I'd known how to play RimWorld properly, but I didn't. Colony where I met the monsters in the mountain. Okay, that was just a one-off. I opened up an unholy space into the nether regions and monsters came out and killed everyone. I didn't know that was going to happen. I'd never played RimWorld, but you can't give me a game with a big red button and expect me not to press it. You can't tell me. You can't have a game that pops up and says, hideous unknown evil this way, with a big arrow and a neon light pointing at it, and not expect me to go and open the door. That's how my brain works. I don't care. If you say don't go in here, I'm the first guy who's going to say, I wonder what's in there. Let's go find out. If it's that important, I want to know what it is. So, yeah, we didn't do that again. And let me tell you, when I do that now in RimWorld, I'm much better prepared for it. What I've started doing, P.S., Penge, if you have any hideous unknown evils that you want to take care of, what's really good is just build the same trap corridor that you put in your colony, and I put a similar kind of thing in mine. Just put it on the outside. So they all funnel through it, and then just have one person go in and demolish the door and run away really quickly. So all they have to do is all the monsters will walk down a trap corridor, and the problem largely takes care of itself. I have no problems with monsters now. I just have my colonists preemptively build a trap corridor outside their house. It's kind of like going to your neighbor's house and just lining their driveway with IEDs. And saying, yeah, see what happens when you get up for work in the morning. It's that kind of thing. Vosros does not play RimWorld. All I really see is stuff and people doing stuff. That's exactly the same way I was. I looked at RimWorld when, I've seen Graham Devel play it. I've seen, almost all of the Granite Accidents play it. And, I kind of don't get it. Like, why is this fun? And the reviews for RimWorld were bordering on, Doomsday Cult status. These people were so into RimWorld, I was worried something was wrong with them. It was actually kind of culty in its admiration for this game. And I never quite twigged on to that cult status. RimWorld is the greatest game ever made in the history of games, and games are nothing without RimWorld. I do think it's a really, really super fun game. It's a great, great fun game to play, and I get why people enjoy it. And for me, it's not so much the storytelling. I think that's kind of hit or miss, to be honest. People make a big deal about that. Oh dear, Mech has fixated her rage on, speaking of storytelling, she will follow Stabby around, hurling insults. Oh, bad move, Mech. No, that's a bad move. Don't go around insulting someone named Stabby. Okay, and you saw a corpse. Well, that's gonna happen, Mech. Okay, well, this could end horribly for Mech. Basically, she's gonna go around and insult Stabby until Stabby loses it and starts being Stabby. But the storytelling part of it, for me, is kind of hit or miss. Because you see a lot of repeats over and over again. Yeah, okay, another mad animal. Oh, okay, another raid. And it does get gradually more and more difficult. For me, it's just about keeping the colony alive and building it up. I just like building bigger and bigger and bigger colonies, like super colonies, that are basically self-sufficient. 74 days in, and I stay far away from ancient evil. Your death was my learning curve. Well, you know what? Lesson learned there. Build a trap corridor before you go busting through. Lay a booby trap first, and it works out just fine. I certainly waited until I had better weapons just in case things didn't work out, but it worked out okay. Although the hideous ancient evil I unearthed in my little side game that I play was, well, it was hideous and ancient and evil, but it wasn't quite as hideous and ancient and evil as the one I unearthed in that little one-off there. It's going to end like Hooch in Scrubs. I don't remember that bit. What's wrong with Mech? Mech is apparently really upset at Stabby, and is... This is not going to end well. Mech has chosen to start insulting someone named Stabby who's armed with a knife. It's not what I would choose to do. Would not be my choice. If I'm going to say I'm going to start insulting someone, maybe insult Fleeb. Fleeb is an old man with a bad back. That might be a softer target than Stabby, the stabbiest stabbing person in the history of Stabby Town. And she's gotten food poisoning. Okay, we're trying to clean as best we can. It's a lot cleaner in here, NG. Fleeb's actually doing a good job. Oh, Mech is no longer on an insulting spree against Stabby. Good. Realize the error of your ways there, did you? Like, hey, maybe, okay, it's pretty dirty up here. You're not wrong about that, NG. But the rest of the base is looking pretty clear. Rest of the base is not doing bad. Seems to be like Stardew Valley. Start playing, expect to spend an hour or two, then realizes it's 3 a.m. Yeah, but I can also... Yes, that's largely true. I can also shut this down pretty quickly. RimWorld, I'm like, okay, and I'm done for the day. And more importantly, I can play it super casually. So it is a great game. It has joined the list of games that I play when I'm sitting downstairs with Mrs. Dave on the couch and we're just kind of watching TV. It's something I can play idly. I don't really have to pay super attention to it. I mean, things happen. You got to pay attention to it. But I can just sort of drift in and out of it, let them build stuff, kind of muddle along without having to pay it's not an action-oriented game where I have to have my fingers at the trigger at a moment's notice. I can kind of get up and go get something in the fridge and come back and probably no one's dead. Realistically, it's unlikely somebody's dead. Never happened to be in Spellcaster U. It's more likely, hey, is that daylight? Whoops, indeed. Hey, Spellcaster U is a great game. I could definitely see you being well into that. I have, P.S., Boss Ross, I've had put, even, speaking of games that just suck the day out of you, is Flowscape. Because I just discovered more things that I didn't even know were in that game, and damn, there's a lot of stuff in there. They're not shy about that. So I think... I had plans to have something up on that next week, but the way, like, I've had so many damn speed bumps thrown in my way to get to my new job, and all of those speed bumps have been conquered. I mean, it's just, everything has been a production. Like, every single thing has been a production. Like, oh, here is one thing you need. Oh, but now we're going to make that a 3-hour ordeal. And through no fault of the company I'm going to work for. It's just life speed bumps. But anyway, I had plans to do something with Flowscape sooner rather than later, and I still might, but we'll see. We'll see what happens next week. We're all asleep. Oh dear. Let's probably not do that because that's really boring. I mean, do definitely sleep. I do encourage you to sleep, but maybe we could do something more entertaining like wake up. Did we ever get that plasteel, by the way? I hope we just didn't leave that out. Yeah, we did. I'll tag someone to go get that in the morning. Scion, you're not doing anything important besides eating. Go get that. Rare thrombos that we're going to completely ignore. because they're very, very dangerous if you try and do anything at all with them, because we're wicked low level. Where's everyone gone? There, that's where we live. Fleeb, what are you up to? You're relaxing socially with a pump shotgun. Good for you. Flowscape isn't making proud of me. Well, see, now there's the thing, Vosros. I think you'll see me playing it in a totally different way, because you're all about, you'll do a lot of fine tuning. I'm more about Flowscape being organic, where I just throw something down. I'm like, that looks like this is going to become a thing. I planned nothing in it. I just sort of throw things in there and go, well, this is gradually becoming something that I did not expect. It just has a really good organic growth to it that I love. Just throwing stuff in there and seeing what it becomes rather than planning it out. That's the fun of it for me. I just start throwing random things in there, and all of a sudden it's completely different. Fleeb with the pump shotgun. Oh, you're doing more cleaning. Good. Does NG need to go to the hospital? How's your... Oh, something's exploded. Hang on. Something's exploded. Yeah, there's a fire. I think we can broadly take care of that. NG, I notice you're doing nothing at all. I notice there's a fire happening in front of your face, and you've chosen to ignore it. Are you one of those you don't deal with fire things? Nope. You are fully capable of dealing with fire. Could you possibly deal with the fire? I think the problem was everyone else had that reserved. Everyone else was putting out the fire. They didn't leave any fire for NG to put out. Okay, well, NG, how's the old food poisoning going? It's major food poisoning, NG. Maybe you want to go to the hospital? Nope, you're technically not injured. Somehow food poisoning is not an injury. I did find the fantasy creatures. Vosros, I did find the fantasy creatures, and I drew a sort of volcano island start, and then I started messing around with the waves features, which I had not messed around with before. I didn't realize how insane you can make the ocean effects. So yeah, that we all of a sudden it became Dragon Volcano Island with massive sea storms, and I just kind of amped everything up to 11 and saw what happened. Flowscape is excellent. Very, very pleased with that. It's a good way to pass the time, and it's definitely one of those time suckers where you're like, an hour's just gone by. I'm 1 hour closer to death. Thank you, Flowscape. I appreciate that. Minor break risk whom? Stabby? Stabby, what's your problem? You're the stabbiest stabber who ever stabbed in Stabtown. Why are you sad? I'm very concerned. Oh, you were insulted 6 times. Okay, that's fair. I didn't realize you were keeping count. Yeah, you have been insulted a lot. Yeah, you're in darkness because you're mining. You're probably mining with a knife, too, knowing you. Decent rec room, though. Okay, pretty pleased with the TV room, even though it doesn't have a floor. Good job. Okay, no new colonists, except for the one that was very, very briefly here and then immediately kidnapped. That was kind of amusing. I was kind of hoping for a new colonist today, but yeah. Got one in the map, immediately kidnapped, and probably never to be seen again. I better not get a rescue mission, because that guy didn't even make it to my door. He cannot be considered a colonist I need to rescue, because he never got here. He was immediately taken by the enemy, so that's their problem now. But I think probably in a good position to kind of call the stream for here. I want to next week, there's the thing. There will almost definitely the stabbiest stabber who ever stabbed in Stabtown. Well, yeah. What do you call stabby? And sorry, is that not a British term? Probably in British it's just more polite and vaguely apologetic about stabbing people. But yeah. So next week I will be in, God willing, at this point, the amounts of speed bumps I'm having to do to get to this job. But I will not be around on Friday. I'll be in training on Friday. So it is not likely there will be a stream on Friday. We'll find out. I will be home. It's not like it's 24 hours a day training, so I will be home. If I do a stream on Friday, it would probably just be quite a bit later than it normally is. I'll see. I'm going to kind of judge what I'm feeling at that time. That's going to be a lot of intensive training over the next week, so we'll see. Saturday, you know what? Like I said for the last couple of weeks, I have no idea what my schedule is going to be. I have zero idea what my schedule is to be. I also have no control over my schedule for the foreseeable future. So I will stream basically when I can. and we'll pop stuff up. We'll come in. It'll be surprise streaming, basically. It'll be surprise streaming, and I think we'll definitely keep RimWorld going. I may just switch up the other one if I can still manage to do 2 streams a week. I may just switch up the other one, the Saturday stream, as we've come to call it, because, it takes place on Saturday, so the hint was in the title there. That may just be one that switches around all the time, because I really... Like, tomorrow, I kind of just want to play No Man's Sky, because I'm really, really enjoying No Man's Sky right now. So we may switch it out from Warcraft to No Man's Sky for no reason than I just want to play some No Man's Sky. Anyway, tomorrow will be the last regular stream for at least the near future. And we'll figure it out... oh, thank you for reminding me, Penj. Darn it, I left my phone downstairs. I can't like my own stream. That's okay, I'll go back in later and like it on the back end. Day of the Cylinder, indeed. But we'll call the stream for here. We'll leave it on RimWorld. We'll do some more RimWorld whenever I can. I will be mostly out of communication next week. I've got stuff ready to go up, but I'll be lucky if I can check in on the comments and check in on the Discord. Bobcat will see some No Man's Sky. Excellent. I'm gonna plan for that then, Bobcat. I just really enjoy playing it. Thank you, Anonapig. I hope it goes well too. I'm excited. It's been a lot of speed bumps to get to this job, but I'm excited to do it. So I'm really kind of hoping it's what I want to be, and I'm really kind of hoping it's, I'm basically doing a midlife career change. I'm hoping it's kind of phase 2 at this point. Anyway, I will not bore you with my personal life, even though that's what I do for 98% of my streams, but I will call the stream here. I will definitely see you guys tomorrow, and then we'll figure it out from there. We're just going to figure it out from there, and streams will happen when they happen, and it'll be more of a surprise. It'll be fun. And you know what? Every time we've changed up the stream time before, we get to meet some cool new people who didn't know that we were here. So maybe we'll have some new people join the stream, and we'll have some new friends. Anyway, cool. Guys, I will check out of here because I'm completely rambling, and I'm going to go eat some French fries that are left over from yesterday when I ate French fries. I will see you guys later. Thank you so much. I really respect and appreciate you guys coming by. It does genuinely mean a lot to me that anyone wants to watch this ridiculous nonsense. I will see you guys later. Goodbye, and goodbye.